everybody, welcome to another episode of Cannabis Tech Talks, brought to you by Polyscience and our friends at Summit Research. You are chopping it up with Chuck. I'm the editor-in-chief of Cannabis and Tech Today. We always bring you the goods, and we are coming today from MJBiz 2022 in the middle of Las Vegas, and we have an extra special guest. I mean extra special guest today, Morris Beegle from, let's see, we got NoCo Hemp Expo, we got WAFBA, we've got Silver Mountain Guitars, we have the Southern Hemp Expo, we have, I'm running out of things, Morris Beegle, welcome to Cannabis Tech Talks. How you doing, brother?
Doing great. Chuck, how you doing?
I'm good. Did I get them all right?
Most of them. We got tree-free hemp and Let's Talk Hemp as well.
Let's Talk Hemp.
And
I love it.
And One Planet Hemp.
And you stole my line because I was going to say, and now that we have Morris, Let's Talk Hemp.
Hey, I own that trademark, by the way. It's registered now.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
How are you, dude? It's so good to see you.
I'm doing great.
Yeah. So what's going on in your world? Talk to us about what's happening in the world of hemp. You're here at MJBiz. You're chopping it up with everybody. You're always in the mix like a blender. What's going on?
Just like you said, chopping it up here in Vegas with MJBiz. Great show.
Yeah.
Day one, and biggest floor yet. It's pretty impressive. Oh,
Is
yeah.
it?
Oh, yeah. Have you been upstairs?
Yeah. I've been walking around. My feet are killing me. Like, this seriously feels like it's big.
It is, and my feet and my back's killing me too.
Yeah.
But sitting in this nice, comfortable, hard chair now, so that's great.
We ran out of budget with all the lights in the backdrop. The chairs, we couldn't do it.
Hey, the production setup here is spectacular.
Thank you, right? That's about it. It's like 90% effort. That's what you go for.
Yeah.
So what's happening in the world of hemp, brother?
All kinds of things. We've got NoCo Hemp Expo coming up at the end of March. It'll be our 9th show.
Yes.
We did Southern Hemp Expo in Nashville, which was our 4th show back in August.
Yeah.
That was good. You guys were a sponsor of that.
Yes. So. Is hemp just cruising along like cannabis? Is hemp morphing? Is it kind of like, because everything changes every year in cannabis and hemp. What are you seeing right now, and what are you noticing, like trend-wise?
Well, there's a lot of intoxicating cannabinoids that are in the market these days. So
I've
the
seen 'em.
D8, hemp-derived D9, THCO, HHC, and
I saw Delta 10 in Tampa.
I know.
What's that?
It's an interesting situation for the hemp industry. So,
right.
Hemp doesn't get you high is what we always used to say. And now hemp gets you high.
Hemp gets you high, yeah.
But it only gets you high with a little bit of work in the lab.
Right, right.
You take all this excess CBD and then you convert it into whatever molecule you want.
Yeah. And it's interesting because it was Tampa. I was down at an event in Tampa.
KushCon?
Yes, KushCon, thank you. And they don't have a rec market in Florida. They only have medical. And going around that event, and it was a cool event, a great location, right by the water there at the convention center. But that's almost all I saw was Delta 8, Delta 9, Delta 10, Delta 22, Delta, I made that up. But you know what I mean? Like just a ton of these gummies, and it seems like there's a lot of brands that are kind of working the gray area.
Right, and it's certainly a gray area, and I don't think it's done a lot of good for the hemp industry. What it's done, it's opened up a new market.
Yeah.
It got rid of a lot of excess biomass that was sitting around so farmers could unload their excess product, get paid for it. But it's certainly creating confusion in the marketplace. It's creating confusion for the CBD side of things.
Yeah.
Where, you have all this CBD effort for the last several years trying to get it regulated, get the FDA to say that it's a dietary supplement and okay for food and beverage additives. But now you throw in all these other synthesized cannabinoids that how are they being produced and what's the safety factor on this stuff? And, it's problematic. And then you've got the adult use market who's not very fond of the hemp space biting into their market. So.
And you bring up a really good point because it sort of falls into that area of regulation. Supplements aren't really regulated, like other things are. I mean, they are to some degree, but not like everything else. And so regulation is one of those things where it's like, we don't like regulation, we like regulation. Like, you know what I mean? Look at crypto. FTX just went completely, and they sold, it was an exchange. They sold, the Bitcoin and, all those crazy coins and everything like that. Well, they just went bankrupt, and everybody that had coins in there and stuff like that, they're shit out of luck. They cannot get their money. They cannot log in. Like, we're talking billions and billions of dollars disappeared. And now the crypto market that was all like, free market, they're like, we need some regulation here. It's almost like, it's the gift and the curse. Like, is regulation good for the long haul, when you're talking about hemp and stuff like that and these different cannabinoids? Or, should we just be the Wild West with the free market?
Right. Well, when it comes to hemp, we need regulation.
Yeah.
That legitimizes everything, and you'll get Whole Foods and Kroger's and Safeways and the big retailers coming on board that will be happy to stock it on their shelves because they know that it's regulated. The FDA's given their stamp of approval, and while it's going to probably put several people out of business that hanging out in the gray area, but we have to legitimize ourselves, and in that particular market, it will help lead the way for cannabis when cannabis becomes federally legal, which is bound to happen at some point in time. We'll see when that is, but.
So when Biden came out, and it was, I think it was like right before the election, and he came out and said, we need to take a look at cannabis, and we're going to, let a few people out of jail. It wasn't a lot that he did, and a lot of people felt it was just, because the midterms were coming up. But it was significant, and the first time a U.S. president said anything positive about cannabis. And so do you think that in the next 2 years we might see something big there? Or do you think maybe that was just his little midterm thing, and it's not something that they really are focused on?
Well, I don't think that what he said and releasing low-level offenders in federal prison, there are none of those. So nobody's really getting out.
Right.
It was more kind of, he said something and then the media ran with it.
Yeah.
But I think it's a positive step that he said something. I mean, he made campaign promises that they were going to decriminalize cannabis, and that's yet to happen.
Yeah.
But that could be, his trump card for the next election. But
well played. We actually had a story we ran. Bill Clinton was at a summit up in New York, and he was on a panel. It was like Sanjay Gupta and him and someone else, and he said CBD. You'll like this. CBD. It's been proven that there's benefits with CBD, and it's good for you. And we ran that story, and they came after us and were like, you have to kill this. You cannot run this story. This was closed to the media. So we took it down. We were being cool. We didn't want our reporter to get in trouble. But the internet remembers everything. And some other guys scooped it and said, why did Cannabis in Tech Today put this up and take it down? The president said this. So the bottom line is, it was a newsworthy story when Clinton just said something positive about CBD, and all he said was, it's pretty undeniable there's health benefits to CBD, and that shocked the world and couldn't be put out in the public. So what Biden said in a way is kind of, I don't know, like next level, because none of them have said anything positive about CBD or cannabis.
Right, but so let's say, now they're going to look at it and see if it should be rescheduled.
Yeah.
Now, is it going to be descheduled?
That's the question.
Or is it going to be rescheduled to a Schedule 2 or Schedule 3?
Yeah.
And if it is, then what does that do to the markets that are already out there?
I just don't think it would make any sense if they descheduled it, like you said, to go to a Schedule 2 or 3. Doesn't it feel like you're just kind of kicking the can down the road? Like, it's already, the cat's out of the bag, right? We have rec all these places.
Right.
How are you going to say now it's a Schedule 2, but you can just go buy it when you want? And you know what I mean? Don't you think they kind of have to deschedule? Just take it off?
Yeah, I would think so. And it's like, back to the hemp-derived intoxicating cannabinoids. It's like, are they going to try to ban those? Well, you really can't at this point.
Right.
I mean, it's already done. So it's in the market. There's only one thing that can be done, and that's you're going to have to figure out some lane to regulate it in. Is that the adult use dispensary market?
Yeah.
Is it in the smoke shop market, and do it more like alcohol? I mean, where is that market? It's got to be. You can't make it illegal.
Yeah.
You can't shut it down.
You can't.
No, it's everywhere.
Yeah, California, New York, right? I mean, you've got all these massive markets, and yeah, so it's an interesting thing. And you know, we are here sponsored by PolyScience. We are Cannabis and Tech Today. That science is a really big factor in, you know, determining how this plant is used and how it's morphed and everything like that. And it's not just, you know, your grandpappy's weed anymore. You know, scientists are making a lot of cool, and also we're not sure about stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, when you take one molecule and you convert it to another, and the different solvents and stuff that are used in there, what is the residual 1 or 2 or 3% that's left in there, and does it have health risks?
Yeah.
You know, is it safe for human consumption in the I mean, we just don't know.
Yeah, yeah, and I've gotten a lot of samples of like Delta 8 and stuff like that, and I've, you know, tried, because it's my job. I got to try these things out and everything. But
of course,
you know, I prefer, you know, just good, you know, like live rosin, you know, THC gummies, you know, those kind of things. My brother, he's got a bad knee from a car accident. He asks me all the time, dude, you got any more of those Delta 8s? You got any more of those Delta 8s? He thinks that helps his knee better. So
there's a lot of people that are taking it for medicinal purposes.
Yeah.
And me, I just prefer to smoke joints or smoke a bowl or do a bong. I'm a flower guy.
I know, you are. So what's going on with the guitars?
Well, I've got like 12 of them in my basement right now.
Yeah.
So I was just jamming the other day. Kate came down and she kind of got on me about something. It's like, you know what? That just pissed me off, and I'm going to write a song. So I did.
You did?
I did.
Nice.
So boom. Yeah, it was pretty heavy.
Nice.
Pretty Sabbathy.
That's pretty cool, dude.
Yeah, so,
like inspiration struck,
and
you were like,
hey. So that's good, though.
Yeah.
She usually doesn't do that, so otherwise I just write a happy song. But so, no, that's coming along. I've been kind of put it on hold for a little bit. I've got it figured out. I talked to my guitar guy in Atlanta last week, and you know, we're making amps, we're making cabinets, we're making guitars.
Yeah.
And now it's just a matter of having some extra funds. So if there's anybody out there wants to fund a hemp guitar company, a couple $100,000 will create a lot of product.
Oh, and they're beautiful. I mean, they're absolutely gorgeous guitars. And I imagine there's a lot of science into creating a guitar, right?
Absolutely. And
the acoustics and the, you know.
And they sound great.
Yeah.
They hold up great. They look cool. So it's another material to make guitars out of, and amplifiers and guitar cabinets.
Wow, that's great. So what are you seeing around here? Is there anything that's exciting you at the show? You know, you've had a few hours to crawl around. Is there anything that you think is like trendy at MJBiz?
Well, we actually just got here about an hour ago, so I haven't been up. We walked upstairs, saw Boulder Creek Technologies, which is super cool.
Nice.
Their vapor static extraction system, so totally solventless. Colorado company.
Right on.
Great technology, very eco-friendly.
I like that.
So I think that there's definitely more emphasis on environmental aspects that I've seen so far. Organic nutrients and so forth. It seems like there's definitely a push to move that direction, which is nice.
One of the new things I've noticed is like the Bovitas and the Integras, if I'm saying that right. They, you know, the ones that keep your flower fresh.
Right.
They now have new products that are terpene infused to go in with your products. So they have different terpenes in them. So not only does it keep your flower fresh so it doesn't dry out, but they actually have terpenes to complement that flower in there. I thought that was cool.
So it like the
little packets have terpenes in them to go and kind of complement the flower. I think that's what they're trying to do.
Oh, so your little flower jar, you put one of those packets in there, and it'll add some additional.
Exactly. Nice. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Terps are big. I think live rosin has kind of taken over. Live rosin and resin has really taken over. Like I notice when I go to get gummies now, I want to get gummies with live rosin, and they taste like kind of like smoking a joint.
Right.
Because you've got the whole thing there.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
You don't lose anything.
I kind of like them better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. You like gummies?
I like gummies.
Yeah. Have you tried the live rosin
I have
or whatever?
Not.
They're freaking good. I'll find some, give them to you. But I don't know. I just feel like it, like you said, when you have the whole plant, you kind of get the whole everything.
Of course.
Which is different than, you know, what they were doing here. But no, man, it's great to see you. It's always good to work with someone like you. You're an innovator. You're a leader in the industry. Your events are top notch, like, you know, legendary. You're like the MJBiz of hemp, and it's just always great to kick it with you. You know, the only question I got for you is, when are we going back to Cabo?
Well, I was just in Cabo. We were going to do Conversations in Cabo 3.
Yes.
But unfortunately, I think the economy and people were just kind of tapped out on stuff. And so me and Kate went. We were there for a week.
Okay.
It was great.
You guys had Conversations in Cabo?
We did. We did have some Conversations in Cabo. But we'll do Conversations in Cabo next year.
Let's do it, man. I'll help you. We'll get a GoFundMe going. We'll get some sponsors. We'll do something. But that was great, man. It was during the pandemic, and we got to go down there. We got to get together. That was your brainchild. And I got to tell you, that was an amazing time in Cabo, being there with really good people.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And Cabo's great for anybody who's never been to Cabo. Cabo Wabo, Sammy Hagar.
Did
we have some fun at Cabo Wabo?
It was amazing. Dude. That boat ride, that was epic. That was a really, really good time. Well,
NoCo.
Yes, NoCo.
End of March, NoCo 9.
9th. We're getting
the 9th one.
Almost to the 10th. And is it going to be it's down south now?
Yep, NoCo moves to SoCo. We're going to Colorado Springs to the Broadmoor.
Right. Now that's like a famous place in Colorado, right?
So the Broadmoor's been there since 1918.
Okay.
And 5,000-acre resort, 36 holes of golf, brand new convention center and meeting space. Largest space symposium in the world's been held there since 1984.
Wow.
They built this convention center specifically for that. You know, NASA, all aerospace and all that stuff. And so they wanted NoCo. They really want to start being more inclusive in Colorado Springs. Colorado Springs has kind of got that reputation of being right-wingy.
Put their nose up to the whole cannabis.
Yeah, but they're looking to broaden their horizons. They thought that hemp would be a good way to do that.
Yeah.
You know, we've got an established expo and conference, and they're all about it. And the Broadmoor itself is about stewardship, sustainability, sovereignty, owned by Philip Anschutz, who owns AEG, and I think he owns the what is it, the Clippers? I think he owns the Clippers. I mean, he's like the richest guy in Colorado.
Yeah.
But he's all about sustainability now.
And it's super nice. I think it's like a 4.5 or 5-star.
It's the longest running 5-star resort in the world. Since Forbes started it.
5-star.
5-star. Every single year it's been 5-star. And 5 diamond since whoever started the 5 diamond thing.
I can't wait. When is that going to be?
End of March. 29th, 30th, 31st. And we're really looking forward to it.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Okay, for the people watching, let them know how they can get a hold of you. If they want to collaborate, they want to do some business with you, here's your chance for some shout-outs and some outros.
Well, you can go to NoCoHempExpo.com. You can go to MorrisBeegle.com. That's Beegle. You'll probably have that up on the screen. So
yeah.
And
right here, people.
Yep,
right here.
Morris at MorrisBeegle.com. Easiest way to do it. I'm pretty easy to track down.
Yeah, you are. You're accessible. For a big dog like you, it's easy to get a hold of you.
Well, I look up to you, Chuck. It's like you've inspired me and influenced me. You're an influencer. You know that?
Flattery will get you everywhere, Morris. Listen, it has been an absolute pleasure talking to you. I hope I will see you at one of these after parties. And listen, always down to support anything that you're doing. Your events are top notch, and you've always got a friend with Cannabis and Tech Today and Chuck Warner.
All right. Thanks, man.
Thank you. Hey, and for you guys watching, I'm your friend too. We're all friends here, okay, at Cannabis Tech Talks. You know who else we're friends with? Our sponsors, because they're the ones that pay the bills. So Polyscience, they make some of the best chillers in the world. Summit Research, they are awesome. And all of our event partners like MJBiz, NoCo Hemp Expo, CWCBE, all of them, they're all amazing. So make sure that you follow them, make sure you check them out, and also make sure you hit the like button, the subscribe button, and if you're feeling super froggy, go ahead and leave a comment. Tell us what you think about this and share with your friends. This has been another episode of Cannabis Tech Talks. We'll see you next time on Cannabis Tech Talks.
Hey, hello, I'm Tommy Chong from Cheech and Chong. Wait, you didn't think people would know who I am? Durachill. This is Durachill. This is Durachill. This is Durachill. No, hey, I don't talk like that. You want me to sell this? Buy it. Try Durachill or else. If you want something really nice in your laboratory, buy Durachill. You can't go wrong.